you. I've made my decision.
That is brilliant. What a way to end the game. Truly remarkable scenes. New Zealand might have lost the game, but cricket has definitely been the winner here this evening.
It was Jason Roy, the fielder. Archer has come up trumps just by the barest of margins, and out in the middle the players are comforting each other, and New Zealand, Guptill and Neesham have done their very best. It is just the most amazing scene here at Lord's. Has it been matched ever in terms of drama? I can't think so. I can't. In hundreds of years of history.
ওয়ার্ল্ড কাপের গরমে কোকা-কোলা কিংবা খেলা কোনোটাই থেমে নাই।
Oh, it's Owen Morgan. It's Owen Morgan who's going to lift the trophy. England win the Cricket World Cup in the most dramatic fashion you can ever imagine. The Irishman comes good for England. A moment he had to, and I take my hat off to him because he obviously spoke to Archer. They worked on it as a team. He went to mid-off. He said, I'll talk you through this. I back you. He bowled a wide first ball. He was under early pressure. So in effect, New Zealand scored 15 from 7.
The game went in so many directions. There were so many sides winning it, losing it. In the end, the boys in blue won it.
Well, we won't be leaving you here, I'll tell you, because the scenes are so dramatic. The teams will now exchange a shake of hands as the New Zealand side line up, and Ben Stokes, Jofra Archer, fast-tracked through the system. England support group down off the balcony. Ross Taylor, the first in line from New Zealand's point of view. What a hollow feeling from a New Zealand point of view to get so close. You do not have a closer margin than that, ever in anything. Ben Stokes, the irony of that. The irony of that.
He is so emotional. Look at him. That's how much it means to him. Look how emotional he is. He has done it all and more.
Tough men are brought to tears. And he is a tough man, brought to tears.
They'll be celebrating Jofra Archer from Buckinghamshire to Bridgetown. What character that young man has shown his first 2 or 3 months in international cricket. And he's been given that job at age 24, and he's bowled like a 29-year-old, not a 24-year-old.
They got every call right. Who to send out in the super over, Stokes and Buttler. Who to bowl the super over, Jofra Archer. Nailed his Yorker. Jason Roy, get it in, keeper's end, get it in on the bounce so it'll skid on. It does skid on. Buttler makes no mistake.
Unbelievable. They knew the margin was too big. Guptill was quick. The throw had to be right on the money. Remember the Roy misfield earlier in the over. He had a second chance to make amends. This doesn't happen on cricket fields.
Think of the departing CEO Dave Richardson as well. A little bit earlier we talked about a close finish would send him off on a high just as much as Buttler and the rest of this team. Best World Cup finish ever.
First World Cup for England ever. It was worth the wait. It really was. It was a long time coming, but it was worth the wait.
Oh, look at that. There's always two sides to any story with drama. Look at that. Look at the emotion there. And now the New Zealand players have made their way down onto the field of play at Lord's. The members absolutely right in the thick of it. They've watched players come and go for about 8 hours now. And at the end of it, England get there. The match summary. New Zealand 241 for 8. England 241 all out. It goes to a super over. England score 15, New Zealand needs 16. They score 15. They win the World Cup. They win the World Cup.
Ben Stokes, brilliant. Henry Nicholls anchored the innings earlier on. Kane Williamson, his captaincy, Ian Smith, was brilliant.
Acknowledging friends and family in the crowd. Joe Root ecstatic. There's wonderful shots of through the long room, up the stairs, into the dressing room. They'll shortly come back down to receive the World Cup. Johnny Bairstow, terrific innings again. Members patting them on the back as such drama. You just are so privileged, folks, to get inside the inner sanctum of Lord's to see this.
England's women celebrated their World Cup victory here 2 years ago against India. The men get a chance to do it at this very ground today, and hats off to New Zealand and their supporters. They've played their role in this spectacular theatre here at Lord's.
Here's the Archer over, okay? First baller wide. Serious pressure there, Bish, at that point.
Yeah, he tried to go full and wide, take it away from Neesham. He nailed it second time round. They got two, but then he got two straight with the attempted Yorker, and that's where Jimmy Neesham likes to hit it. Pressure on. 7 from 4. Another couple of runs. The throw should have gone to the keeper's end. Should have been keeper's end. Misfield. Again. Another 2. Should have been keeper's end again. Butler's berating the fielder. Should have been to keeper. And then single, which left them needing 2 of the last ball. Yorker nailed. Only 1 taken. Bounce throw brilliant. And a historic end to this contest. England's first World Cup win. Look at Jofra Archer. He was on his own there because everyone went in the direction of Jos Buttler trying to catch him. Archer was left momentarily to celebrate on his own.
I feel so much for Martin Guptill, I do. Feel for all of the guys dressed in black and all of you fans at home who have sat throughout this tournament, sat throughout this evening and morning of drama, to miss at the very last hurdle, at the last stride. Unbelievably painful situation to have to absorb. Colin de Gronholm in the foreground, they've got Guptill there. Consolation from Ish Sodhi. Nothing they can do about it now. It's gone. England have gone inside. They will regroup and come back out to receive their World Cup. A penny for those thoughts. They can't be happy. They come now. The crowd have stayed in their numbers to see this historic moment. It is just a situation where it's so high, so low. Even as a commentator, Bish, you get so high, you get so low, you run out of things to say almost.
I think you've written it well, Ian Smith. But is the most critical moment of this match, that ricochet for 6 runs, that just has to be destiny, nothing illegal about it. They can't believe their bad luck.
Well, they've got steely faces, some of the New Zealanders, but I think there'll be more tears later. There'll be more emotion to break through some of these faces. There won't be too many tears in the England camp. There'll be just joy, absolute joy. just phenomenal scenes. A wry smile from Colin de Grandhomme, whose bowling performance was so good in the first part of the game. Well, we're going to take this opportunity to get downstairs and have a word to one or two players with various emotions. Here's Simon Dool.
Yeah, thanks very much, Johnny Best. Josh Butler alongside me, boys. How are you feeling, Johnny?
Elated, I think, but obviously, first of all, massive commiseration to the New Zealand boys. I mean, that was one hell of a game, and look, edges one way, edges another, and look, they've had a hell of a tournament all the way through, and the way that the guys came out in that Super Over was huge, and Stokes' performance.
The intensity, the emotions, Josh, how was it?
Unbelievable, isn't it? I thought I'd seen everything in cricket, and that game was just ridiculous, wasn't it? So obviously we're an amazing occasion here. It's very hard to put it into words at the minute, but what an unbelievable day.
241 on the board. What were the words at half-time?
Look, I think we bowled pretty well, to be honest with you. And then they put us under a heck of a lot of pressure early on with the ball, and took wickets and put it in the right areas and enabled the ball to do something, so it was pretty tough. But the way that Stokesy and Josh then built on the partnership, that's won us the game, hasn't it, at the end of the day.
Yours and Ben's partnership, what were you talking about out there when you got together with him?
We wanted to take it deep. We knew that we didn't really feel like the run rate would be an issue if we were both there at the end, and just trying to get a partnership together. That was, as we said in the break, a couple of good partnerships will chase this down. So just trying to extend it, trying to put pressure back on New Zealand, I don't know what happened there at the end. That was unbelievable.
Some incredible. I mean, the running between the wickets, the fielding. You guys have been brilliant throughout the tournament. What does it mean to yourself and to play in front of the home crowd and here at Lord's?
Yeah, I mean, what a spectacle, what an atmosphere. I mean, to play at Lord's is one thing, but to play a World Cup final at Lord's is a completely different matter. And to have our friends, families here, and the rest of the amazing fans that have been throughout the tournament for all the teams that have been there is huge. And yeah, it's difficult to put into words, mate.
Right, well, we celebrate well. I'm just going to pop over here. I'm going to catch up with Joe Root and Liam Plunkett. Joe, massive start to the summer. World Cup was just the first part of it. How does it feel for you?
Unbelievable. Wow. It's hard to sum it up. I mean, what a day. What a tournament. I think everyone's gone into it and done everything that's been asked of them. We've come through some difficult periods in the group stage, held it together, performed under pressure, and then to see the way the guys went about at the end when pressure was on. It's almost written in the stars for Ben. You know, he's been through such a tough time. So proud of him. So happy for him, for his family, everything that they've been through. I just couldn't be more proud and pleased for him in particular.
Liam, they can't lose when you're on the team.
Yeah, I'll take that, mate. I will take that. What a day, mate. I don't think it's sunk in yet. It's a great game of cricket towards the end there. What a finish that was. So hats off to the Kiwi boys. But yeah, it's not sunk in yet, mate, but obviously I'm over the moon.
How nervous were you when you walked out to bat after bowling so well?
Yeah, you are. Obviously I wanted to get down the other end and give Stokes it, but try to swing the willow, connect a few. Obviously got caught, but we still have batters in there. Obviously Rash coming in as well a bit later on. But as Root has said, it just felt like this was going to happen for us.
Outstanding, mate. I'll just thank you very much. Well played. Pop over here and find Jofra Archer, Ben Stokes. Ben, congratulations. Outstanding performance, Jofra. Well done. What do you got to say, mate? How are you feeling?
Yeah, I don't know, I'm pretty lost for words. I mean, all the hard work over that 4 years to get here and be champions of the world, it's an amazing feeling. I'm pretty done, to be honest.
Jofra, that Super Over, when you found out you were bowling it, how were your nerves on this massive stage?
I'm pretty sure I was going to bowl it, but I just had to double check with Marks. Heart still racing, sorry, but
It's only a couple of months ago, people were talking about whether you'd be in the side, whether you wouldn't be in the side. What does this mean to you? How does it feel to pull on the England shirt and to win a World Cup?
It's probably the biggest thing. Well, it's probably one of the only tournaments I've ever won in my life. And from the beginning of the tournament, the guys started so well, and I'd be quite disappointed if we didn't win. A great bunch of fellas, especially this man here trying to calm me down before we go. So it's been a really good family to me so far.
been a great bit of sportsmanship out there from yourself as well. There's no meaning from your point of view with the throw, the one that went to the boundary. You're so quick to apologise. I think that's the respect between both these sides, isn't it?
I think so. I think playing against New Zealand is always, a great event to be a part of. They're a seriously good team, and they're really, really good lads. You get to know them, you spend time with them with the amount of times you played with them, and I said to Kane, I'll be apologising that for the rest of my life. Sort of breathing the stars when that kind of stuff happens, but
Outstanding, gents. Well played today. Congratulations. Enjoy the night.
I think Stokes in particular is so fatigued he can hardly speak. Archer's lost for words as well. Even the heroes are sucking in the big ones at the moment, because it's going to take a bit of getting over whatever side you support. It really is. There'll be more and more of those Jofra Archer lookalikes posted around England from here on in. Who knows what will happen with that young man who handled pressure so well at the start of his career, when there were so many more experienced players out there. They gave it to the rookie, and the rookie delivered. How about Kane Williamson? A word for Kane Williamson, his leadership with the bat, his leadership in the field, defending meagre totals in a semi-final and a final, Bish.
Yeah, assessing and instructing his team as to what they need. They would have fallen short of what they would have deemed as perfect on a couple of occasions in those games that you call, but they managed to just make the best of their skill sets, their fielders, their bowlers. They've played their part, definitely. It'll be hurting. 2 finals and 2 World Cups in a row. No cigar.
No cigar. No cigar at all. Hands in pockets. Hardly find a conversation at all amongst them. Officials in the background. Big day for the officials. Let's get back downstairs. I think Simon Doull might have found somebody else.
Yeah, James Neesham alongside me. Jimmy, how tough is that to take after the performance you guys put in?
Yeah, it stings, obviously. To scrap our whole innings to what was a past score, and I thought the way Tommy batted especially was outstanding, and we knew we were going to have to put a lot of P on them up top and fire a few shots, and potentially the ball didn't bounce our way in that top 10 the way it could have. But look, I think credit to England, the way they stuck it, the way Joss and Stokesy sort of rode out that hard period and gave them a chance to have a hit at the end was outstanding. And yeah, another day the coin might have fallen our way, but I think we'll look back in a few years and probably say it was a pretty good experience.
The way you fought in the semi-final and the final to, as you put it, scrap to a good score, a score that was defendable on that sort of pitch. How impressed were you with all the boys and obviously yourself as well?
We don't really expect anything less from our group, to be fair. I think that's the way we are as Kiwis, I guess. We don't last teams off the park. We get past scores and we scrap like hell as a group to try and fight for every 50-50 ball. And look, that was the way it was in the semi-final a few years ago. I think in 2011 it was that way in the semi-final as well, and it seems to be the way we do it. But I wouldn't mind winning a few by 20 or 30.
When you hit that one into the grandstand in the Super Over, what was going through your mind after that?
I just wanted him to miss one more, and I was just setting up for anything that was going to miss the block hole, and that's obviously the way I play the game, and it's credit to him. He hit his areas beautifully, and another day it goes a different way, but full credit to England. I'm happy. I'd like to say happy for them, but maybe in a couple of hours I'll be happy for them.
I know these ones are tough, mate, but thanks very much for joining us, and have a safe trip home.
Thanks, mate.
Well, if you haven't already seen it, you've missed something very, very special, but this is the moment that England will remember forever. Whether you're in Trafalgar Square, whether you're watching on television around England, whether you were lucky enough to be here in person at Lord's, the winning moment of the World Cup. Ross Taylor being consoled there by Tim Southey, who came on, took a brilliant catch off the bench under pressure. Here we go. This is Guptill digging deep. Roy with the throw. Butler the cool head. The hand with the ball goes through the stumps. And England are on top of the world. 2:41 for 8, plays 2:41, that's a normal time. Then we went to overtime and England got it done by 1 run. New Zealand quite simply had to get 16. 16 runs, they got 15. Let's go down to the presentation of the World Cup.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 48 matches and the most incredible ICC Cricket World Cup final of all time, we can crown for the first time England winners of the ICC Cricket World Cup. Before we come to the presentations, I'd like to introduce you to our presentation party. His Royal Highness the Duke of York, Mr. Colin Graves, ICC Director and Chairman, England and Wales Cricket Board, Mr. Greg Barclay, ICC Director and Chairman, New Zealand Cricket, and Mr. Sachin Tendulkar, the ICC's UNICEF Cricket World Cup Ambassador. Also, Mr. Shashank Manohar, Chairman of the International Cricket Council. Before we come to our players, our first presentation is to our ICC match officials who received Cricket World Cup medals, and we'd like to ask up our ICC match referee, Ranjan Madagali, on-field umpires, Kumar Damasina and Maria Rasmus, our third umpire, Rob Tucker, and fourth umpire, Alim Dar. Also like to welcome to the stage ICC TV's Nasser Hussain, who very shortly will be conducting our interviews. We come to the players, and first of all, the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup Final Player of the Match, nominated by the commentary team working on today's game for the ICC, and the winner will receive an Hublot watch. After several stunning performances, there was one standout effort, 98 balls, 5 fours and 2 sixes, securing 84 and becoming a national hero, the player of the match, Ben Stokes.
Ben Stokes, man of the match in the World Cup final, and no ordinary World Cup. What does that feel like?
Pretty good, yeah, to be honest. I've pretty lost the words, to be honest. I think all the hard work that has gone in over this 4 years to get this team to where we are today, this is what we aspired to be, and we managed to come here and do it. And to do it with such a good game, I don't think there'll ever be a better game in cricket history than that. So thanks to everybody who's turned out today, and especially throughout the whole competition. We've loved all the support we've got, and we couldn't have done it without you.
Let's go back to, there's so much we could talk about. Let's go back to that middle of that game when you and Joss came together. Did you believe one partnership could get you there, or are you going to need a lot more?
No, we just kept on talking about that, controlling the scoreboard and not letting the run rate wasn't getting too far away from us. And we knew if we were there close to the end, then New Zealand would be under pressure. In that last over when the ball hit the bat and went for 4, it's not exactly what he asked for, and I apologise to Kane countless times about that. It's not exactly how you want to do it, but
And what were your thoughts when you were running off the field there? You were fit enough for that super over? No one was going to stop you being in that super over?
I definitely wasn't going to bowl after last time it happened anyway. There was no chance I wasn't going to be there at the end. It's at the moments like that is what you live for as a professional cricketer. The new kid on the block, Jofra Archer, I backed him all the way even when he got hit for that 6. The talent that guy's got is incredible, and he's shown up on the world stage and proved how good he is.
Been through a lot on and off the cricket field, shown here today what it means to you playing for England, and you're showing the support you have from that cricket team as well.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. without the lads, in this one-day team and the test team and everybody I've had around me, my family, the support has been incredible. That's all gone now. I'm just really looking forward to tonight, mate.
Well done, Ben. Many congratulations.
Thanks, Nas. Cheers.
Our next presentation is the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup Player of the Tournament. And again, this determined by an independent ICC appointed panel, and the winner receives again an Hublot watch. There were several standout performances, Rohit Sharma and Shakib Al Hassan, and on the bowling front, Mitchell Starc. But in the end, for 578 runs at an average of 82.57, and his brilliant sportsmanship and leadership to take New Zealand to the final, the player of the tournament, New Zealand's Kane Williamson.
Kane, this is probably one of the harder interviews you have to give. I guess you'd swap both those trophies for one extra run.
Yeah, in a heartbeat. Look, it certainly wasn't just one extra run. There's so many small parts in that match that could have gone either way, as we saw throughout that whole game. But congratulations to England. They've had a fantastic campaign and they deserve the victory.
Well, come on, because I'm going to speak to you later after the end of the presentation. But let's just talk about your batting. The way you've played in this tournament has been truly remarkable. You've averaged over 80, 200s, 250s. You must be very proud of the way you hit it.
Yeah, it's been challenging. The pitches have been a little bit different to what we perhaps have expected, and there was a lot of talk of 300 plus scores, but we haven't seen many of those, and it's been a tough fight. And I want to thank our side as well, the New Zealand side, and the fight that they showed throughout this whole campaign on some tough wickets. Showed a huge amount of heart to get us to this stage, all but a draw or a tie in the final, but it just wasn't meant to be today.
That award is not just for your batting, it's for your captaincy as well. They're a good set of bowlers to captain, aren't they? They cover a lot of bases for you.
Yeah, that's right. We a really well-balanced attack. There's so many parts to it. The guys are shattered at the moment. It's obviously very devastating, but they've performed throughout this tournament at such a high level and given us every opportunity to go on and win this comp. But like I say, it's pretty tough to swallow at this stage, but a fantastic effort from our guys all around.
Well played, Kane Williamson, player of the tournament.
Cheers, thanks.
For such a fitting final, both sides fully deserved their World Cup mementos to remember this great occasion. And first of all, we'd like to call up the New Zealand side, who've played a huge part in this competition, and to receive their medals, please show your appreciation for Captain Kane Williamson, Tom Blundell, Trent Boult, Colin de Granholm, Lockie Ferguson, Martin Guptill, Matt Henry, Tom Latham, Colin Munro, Jimmy Neesham, Henry Nichols, Mitch Santner, Ish Sodhi, Tim Salby and Ross Taylor.
Kane, a chat about the game now. 10:15 this morning, you won that toss and had a bowl. Do you think it was the right decision?
Yeah, it's something we wanted to do. We were obviously weighing up the overheads versus the pitch. It was on the dry side, so we felt runs on the board, as it proved, it was going to be challenging, and we were able to get the runs on the board. Yes, we may have liked another 10 or 20, but in a World Cup final, perhaps 250, 240 might be enough, and the guys worked really hard out there, put England under pressure on a tough surface. So it was a fantastic game of cricket. Both sides, showed a lot of fight, a lot of heart. Obviously, to go down to the last ball and then the last ball of the next little match, tough to separate. But once again, credit to England, and a lot of positives in this experience for our boys as well.
Did you feel as well at the end there, you were just not quite getting the rub of the green, the way the ball hit Ben Stokes' bat and went away for 4?
Yeah, that was a little bit of a shame, wasn't it? Yeah, it's unfortunately that's sort of the game we play, and that sort of thing happens from time to time, but yeah, just hope it doesn't happen in moments like that. And like I say, it's pretty tough to nitpick, except for the fact that perhaps it just wasn't meant to be for us.
And the decision in the Super Over to send Jimmy Neesham out and Martin Gupta, was that an easy one? It nearly paid off, didn't it?
Yeah, both guys that hit the ball really hard, but obviously that left-hand, right-hand combination as well with that slightly shorter side down breeze. So, yeah, decision that was made, and we're just tossing up on the number 3, but not required. Yeah, look, it is tough to perhaps review the match and such small margins, as we know, in any game really that you play, but especially in a match that we saw today.
Kane, you've been a credit to the game, you've been a credit to the tournament, you're a fabulous bloke, fabulous player, well done.
Oh, thank you.
And we now come to the winners of the ITC Cricket World Cup for 2019. To step forward to receive the medals, please welcome the England squad, led by Captain Owen Morgan, Moeen Ali, Jofra Archer, Johnny Bairstow, Jos Buttler, Tom Curran, Liam Dawson, Liam Plunkett, Adil Rashid, Joe Root, Jason Roy, Ben Stokes, James Vince, Chris Wokes and Mark Woods.
Oh, and it's been a long time coming, winning a World Cup. If you're going to do it in some style.
That was, there wasn't a lot in that game. Geez, I'd like to commiserate Kane and his team. I think you mentioned before, the way they play their cricket, the spirit, the fight that they show really is worth aspiring to, and the example that they lead is hugely commendable to him and his team. I thought today was a hard fought game. On a tough wicket where everybody found it tough to score, we managed to restrict them to probably a good score, and we lost wickets and we're up against it. Butler and Stokes put together a partnership that really did think that would take us quite deep, but the game unveiled itself a bit more.
But it must give you quite a bit of pleasure winning on a game on a pitch like that, because a few people have said, well, they're only good when it's a flat track. That wasn't a flat track. There was some very smart batting on there as well.
Yeah, by no means. This has been a 4-year journey. We've developed a lot over the course of those 4 years, probably in particular the last 2. We find it hard to play on wickets like that, like good teams do around the world. But today it was about getting over the line. Sport's tough at times, but to get over the line today means the world to us.
You are the coolest man I think I've ever met. Even you on that balcony must have been up and down, surely.
Yeah, I was. I was actually being cooled down by Liam Plunkett, which isn't a good sign. We're up and down like a yo-yo. But the guys in the middle really did keep us cool. The way they play, the way they go about their business, they're very experienced. Not just some of the best in our team, they're the best in the world, which is calming at times. But like I said, not a lot between the teams. We're just delighted that we're lifting the trophy today.
And the decision to send Ben Stokes back out, an easy decision?
As long as he wasn't too cooked. We asked him when he came in, could he do it? He took it on with both hands. When you're not up to the pace of the game, you're sitting in the change room doing nothing, you're so far behind. Full credit to the 2 boys that went out, and Jofra defending at the end. I thought it was brilliant.
A word on Jofra Archer, 24-year-old, not in the England side a month or so ago, and he's here bowling a super over. It doesn't get much better than that.
It doesn't. Yeah, everything he seems to come up in front of, he improves every time he does. He really does have the world at his feet at the moment.
4 years ago, World Cup flops, bundled out in Adelaide. 4 years later, World Cup champions. What a transformation it has been.
Truly incredible. There's been a lot of people involved along the way, people who aren't here or in the change room today, guys like Andrew Strauss, Paul Farbrace, guys amongst the players, Dave Willey, and a couple of other Sam Billings, guys who have been in the journey but unfortunately missed out in the squad. It's been an incredible amount of hard work, and it's been all worthwhile just for this.
Well, you've waited long enough. The country has waited long enough. Go and get the trophy.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
To hand over the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup, Mr. Shamshank Manohar, Chairman of the ICC, and His Royal Highness the Duke of York. ICC World Cup champions 2019 for the first time. England!
Magic moments in sport for England. Unbelievable scenes here at Lord's, and they are the champions of the world. They went into the World Cup as favourites, and they have delivered on that favouritism. Ishiguha is coming alongside me. You've been taking this all in, I'm sure. What a magic moment for English sport.
Just incredible, all the work that the team have put in since 2015 with that early exit from the tournament down in Australia and New Zealand, and they built right from word go. Owen Morgan, it's been his team. He's built this team. He's brought players into the side that he's felt would be positive, aggressive, play this new brand of cricket. And they've carried it right through. There would have been tremendous pressure halfway through, and pressure for them to perform. They went against the grain from their normal way. And they came together as a group. They had some very honest conversations. They beat New Zealand, and before that India. And in the semi-final, the complete performance against Australia. And here now at the home of cricket, when the pressure was really on, they've managed to do it.
And Ian Bishop, you mentioned off air just a moment or two ago something about Ben Stokes and how things can change.
Well, it's a redemption for him. Remember the last ICC World Tournament final that he was involved in? What happened to him with Carlos Brathwaite and the West Indies? Today, he is man of the match in a final, making the most impressive performance. So he would have eradicated those bad memories from his mind to a large extent, and from the mind of millions across this country and across the world. You cannot help but feel the joy that should be allotted to him.
Great reflection indeed. Not sure whether England are going to do a lap of honour. They may just be starting it now. Owen Morgan signs the camera. Unbelievable scenes here at Lord's, and meanwhile New Zealand have disappeared up the steps, up into the visitors' dressing room to console each other, I'm sure, and just reflect on what might have been. How about Jason Roy? Very close to being player of the tournament, I would imagine, as well. He was in a lot of people's thoughts. He added momentum at the right time. Ashley Giles in the background. The champagne is out, Isha.
And it will be for the rest of the evening, I'm sure. The director of cricket for England now, Andrew Strauss, on ground, the former director of cricket. He had that dream. Ed Smith, James Taylor. Ed Smith, the head selector, the chief selector, going with his gut across all formats, but building this team together, a team of match winners. They've all performed right throughout this tournament at some stage or other. You don't win tournaments without having everyone put in at some stage. And they've done exactly that. You mentioned Jason Roy, game changer, absolute game changer at the top of the order for England. just to play with that freedom and that aggression, something that's never been seen before by an England team.
Well, I won't say they were written off about 3 weeks ago, but there was panic in the camp. They were losing matches. They had trouble with injuries, and people were thinking, can they handle this tag? Were they going to make the last 4 at one stage? Were they going to be 4th? Were they just going to scrape in? And they have picked themselves up off a very sticky canvas at one point.
They remain true to themselves. And I just want to add to what Isha is saying. They headhunted Trevor Bayliss to get the white ball game better. Andrew Strauss allowed guys to go and play in the IPL. So I think this England team is a template for other teams in preparing for the next Cricket World Cup. There he is. Job fulfilled for Trevor Bayliss, the coach, and his staff.
Paul Collingwood, Chris Silverwood, both in charge of various departments of the England side. Joe Root, absolutely magnificent young player, Joe Root. Terrific bloke to go with it. Josh Butler, who is a miracle worker, assumes so much responsibility within the side as a leader. They all played their part. What about Chris Wokes' all-round ability? Liam Plunkett today. There was some unlikely heroes coming through on the biggest stage of all.
James Vince to your right. Didn't have the best of times when he came in with the bat, but he took some crucial catches in this tournament. Chris Wokes again at the top with the ball, picking up wickets. Johnny Bairstow with a couple of hundreds, his maiden World Cup 100 in this tournament. And the fans will be absolutely delighted because there was so much hype for this England team. They've delivered on expectation. They've delivered when it counts. In the final moments, who would have believed it would go to a super over? 15 off the last over of the match. And then 15 again in the super over. Jofra Archer defends. Tom Curran didn't have a chance to feature, but I'm sure he would have been working away and pushing for a place, pushing for competition. Monty Panesar. I wonder what he'll be saying to his camera there. But just pure jubilation for everyone who is invested in this team. And these are times to remember as well. We've just got to take everything in, embrace the moment. They're a band of brothers now. This will last forever.
Often you hear that the finals of global tournaments are an anti-climax, and you hear it in soccer and in one or two other sports. Not today. Not today. The greatest of them all.
Mark Wood. Absolute jubilation. Adil Rashid. They'll all have a chance to hold it. I'm sure they put it on the mantelpiece at home every now and then. Do they do that? Well, it's too valuable to go to those parts of the world, but just have a month each for the next year.
I think it'll get placed in the ECB trophy cabinet,
so?
which is about 20 metres from the pitch.
Well, they've had the cabinet built for a few years, and now they can fill it.
The rebuild for New Zealand goes from here in the face of this probably the best balanced, best constructed team in the tournament. There wasn't much in it today. A little bit of fortune went England's way. You mentioned Wayne Morgan, the right style of captain, the right temperament, picking the right players to build around the philosophy of his. Great depth in their bowling, great depth in their batting.
The Barmy Army travelled the world looking for glory. They found it at home. I think it's finally starting to sink in, to be fair. I think it's finally the stunned looks, the happy stunned looks have become genuine smiles now, Bish.
A significant achievement. The last 3 World Cups have been won by the host nation. I think it'll probably sink in even more if it can sink in deeper. I like what you said about Liam Plunkett and Chris Wokes in particular. They've done a sterling job. They've received some praise. don't know whether they've got enough.
I think he might have just seen his family there, Owen Morgan. They're a mad bunch.
Yeah, I think I think the family get a certain section, whether it's a corporate box area, but a certain section of the stand are allocated, and wives, girlfriends, mums and dads, kids of both teams don't sit that far apart here at Lord's. I've got a sneaking suspicion they're getting pretty close to the area where the families are.
Alfie and Carrie, Joe Root's missus and Alfie. 2.5 years old now. It was a big moment for Joe when he became a father. Louise and Georgia, Joss Butler's missus. A bit more to the right. Incredible moments.
They make sacrifices too. These guys are away from home a long time. Sure, they get well paid and they get a lot of glory, but they have to put up with a lot of pain too. So they share in that. And just as the New Zealand wives, girlfriends and families have travelled so far, they'll share in the agony and the disappointment, I'm sure too. Sad reflection from the visitors' dressing room. Inside some very, very disconsolate New Zealand players, I'm sure, but it's about this team. It's about the blue team today. It's about England. It's about Owen Morgan, his steely attitude towards cricket, his resolve to turn it around, and the fact that they've been able to do it successfully.
Think about all the kids that have been inspired today as well, boys and girls. They want to leave this ground and go and be the next Ben Stokes or Joss Butler. Louise in the middle there with Georgia. Joss Butler's partner and daughter.
Well, Woods is slowly emptying out, and the party won't stop. The surrounding pubs, as you like, they'll be chocker, they'll be out in the streets drinking. It is just a momentous occasion. It's so big it might take Brexit off the front page, Bish. It just might.
No, never. I think I'm with you, Smithy.
Oh, you've had enough of me. Oh, look, it's been, from a commentary point of view too, I think we should reflect on what a wonderful 7 weeks it has been. I love the concept of everyone playing everyone. And I love the variation in the conditions that we've had. I think it's just worked out absolutely perfectly. More perfect for England, of course, but for cricket itself, Bish.
I mean, you go back a couple of weeks and you think about when the rains came in, the negative things that were said, and of course there will still be opinions as to which way it should shift. But the climax that we've had here today, for these gentlemen, for cricket in general, to have this sort of ending to the greatest white ball tournament, the most prestigious, you couldn't write a script about this.
Well, they've just about completed the lap of honour. They'll probably head up the stairs shortly and start some more private celebrations. Everyone wants a piece of this English cricket team right now. Everybody wants a piece of that trophy. We're going to relive the winning moment, and that man there is very much part of it, Joss Butler. The pressure of Jason Roy throwing to Joss Butler. Guptill pushing into mid-wicket, pushing and hoping he's timed it well enough to hit a gap or to get back for two. There we go. Roy pounces. Butler is quick enough, and England are on top of the world.
Well, he'd been wanting to lie down for a while, Ben Stokes. The amount of sprints back and forth across the wicket, and Owen Morgan, he can finally show his true emotions. He's been so cool and calm throughout this tournament on his home ground. He delivers. Incredible scenes at the home of cricket. The women did it 2 years ago. The men do it today. They'll lift the World Cup trophy for the very first time in their history.
Who would have thought as well, as we look at the match summary, that a total of 241 could get you the type of enjoyment and climax that we've had here today. Not everyone, but a lot of people talked about 300, 350, 375. 241 has given us the most magnificent theatre.
I'll break it down even further. Who would imagine that 16 runs could give us so much drama? When it came to the crunch, that is what the magic number was, 16 for New Zealand. Who would have thought that after 7 weeks, 48 games, would come down to 1 over and 16 runs? Spielberg could not have done a better job with that script. Unbelievable, England. You are on top of the world. Well done. Talk us through these graphics. The star performers of this World Cup.
Top 5 leading run scorers in this tournament. Well, Rohit Sharma was outstanding with 5 centuries to his name. Unfortunately, in the semi-final, he wasn't able to put on a performance, but he finished on 648. David Warner in second with 3 centuries to his name. Shakib Al Hassan, simply outstanding, batting at number 3, but he also contributed 3 wickets. Williamson, player of the tournament. Joe Root, the most runs for England, but Rohit Sharma, how good was he?
He was unbelievably good. His stats in this tournament, but it's not just about the numbers he racks up, it's the way he bats. It's a beautiful thing to watch. He is one of the most graceful players the modern game has seen, and now his numbers back up all those skills. Bish, how about Mitchell Starc again?
Yep, 22 wickets last World Cup, 27 wickets this World Cup. He couldn't help his team in the semi-final, but look at Lockie Ferguson. He's been tremendous. 6 overs on the trot at the back end today, 3 wickets. Jofra Archer, 24 years old. And when I say that he bowls like a 29-year-old, I'm talking about experience, not just age. He bowls like a guy who's played 114 ODIs. Mustafizur for Bangladesh, and of course, Jasprit Bumrah. Brilliant.
Superstars of the future, the younger ones there. Bumrah is something really special. Mitchell Starc, probably at his best on this ground. The Yorker to get rid of Ben Stokes. The key moments under pressure where he handled it. Mitchell Starc, an absolute outstanding giant in this World Cup. David Warner.
Yeah, came into this tournament with lots to prove, played a different style to the David Warner we know. 166 came against Bangladesh to add to another 2 centuries. Aaron Finch in second with that 153 against Sri Lanka. Jason Roy belligerent against Bangladesh at Cardiff. Kane Williamson with a man of the match knock against the West Indies at Old Trafford. What a game that was, and that incredible 148 from Owen Morgan, which featured 17 sixes.
Yeah, well, David Warner, he came to this tournament, it's no secret, under a lot of pressure to front up for his country, and front up he did. It's a measure of his cricketing character that he was able to do that. He had to change his game now and again, but he was a standout for the men in yellow. But when it came to the crunch in the semi-final, they couldn't get it done against England, and that of course is history. The best bowling figures.
I love this from this young man, Shaheen Afridi. He came in, he had his growing pains, but then he found something towards the back end of the tournament, and 6 for 35, his best figures. Another lefty, Mitchell Starc, another lefty, Shakib Al Hassan, and yet another lefty, Mohammad Amir, followed by Jimmy Neesham. Tournament for the lefties.
This is Shaheen Afridi. He was outstanding for Pakistan against many sides. I remember a wonderful performance against New Zealand at Edgbaston. That was crucial. So many young players. Mark them down on your card because you're going to see a lot more of them. outstanding performer. And of course the sixes, there were some big sixes hit throughout the tournament. I think Owen Morgan still handles that, but isn't it ironic that the most decisive six in the whole World Cup went all the way along the ground?
Wow. Smithy, it's been 7 weeks of stupendous action in this ICC Men's Cricket World Cup 2019. It has been the most amazing spectacle and theatre.
I shouldn't call you in this days.
Welcome to everyone, wherever you are.
The wait is finally over.
Let the battle begin. This should be quite a contest.
All is set for an extravaganza of cricket.
The World Cup is here.
And smiles all around for the West Indies.
Unbelievable. What a comeback from Pakistan.
Outstanding from Sheldon Cottrell.
Joe Root at his best.
It's World Cup Beckham Royale.
The world's best all-rounder, Shakib Al-Hasan.
The most amount of sixers in an ODI innings, 17.
Kane Williamson, under pressure, goes the business. He has been outstanding right the way through this World Cup.
What a comeback from Sri Lanka. What fight from Sri Lanka.
It's a World Cup hat-trick and he's sealed the game for India.
Carlos Brathwaite, can he? The dream is diminished for Carlos Brathwaite.
Finch gets another century.
Exactly what Australia needed in the last 12 months.
Mitchell Starc in business again.
Pakistan cricket at its best when it's the World Cup and it's a big event, they turn up.
And he's got it! He's got it! He's got the hat-trick at last! He's got a blinder!
What a grab that is.
We've seen some catches.
Magic moments. This is what you ask for in games like this.
The best figures for a Pakistan bowler in World Cups.
The 5th 100 in one World Cup. No batsman in the history of the sport has done it.
Welcome to Manchester, semi-final time.
New Zealand all over India here.
That's off the chart.
Is this the final?
What a performance from New Zealand.
Mouth-watering clash between England and Australia.
What a start from England. What a start from Wokes.
That's up here in the commentary.
We will have a new name on that cup. England or New Zealand.
And expectation palpable.
New Zealand won the toss and decided to bat. Yeah, that's out.
It's Plunkett again. What a day he's having.
Brilliant all-round performance from England. This is all now about handling pressure.
Could be out. Spectacular.
The highest pressure you'll ever be under in a World Cup final.
What a moment. Is it out of the ground? It is. We're going to a super over. 15 off the super over. 2 from 1. England have won the World Cup by the barest of margins. Absolute ecstasy for England.
What does it take to be a shot maker? To step up to the crease, onto this stage we call life, and make the shot no one else can. Oppo, be a shot maker.
এলো নতুন উদ্যমে নতুন শক্তিতে হাল্ক
লাইফে নতুন মাত্রার এনার্জি আর ভাবস দিতে এলো গিয়ার। এবার লাইফ চলবে টপ গিয়ারে। গিয়ারে থাকো।
6 গুণ মিল্ক ময়েশ্চার আর বেলি সুবাস আপনাকে দেবে ফ্রেশ এন্ড ইয়াঙ্গার লুকিং স্কিন। মেরিল মিল্ক এন্ড বেলি সোপার, ফ্রেশ মানে সুন্দর।
ডালো ক্যাপ্টেন ক্যালসিয়াম, প্রোটিন, আয়োডিন ও ভিটামিন সমৃদ্ধ পুষ্টিকর দুধের সাথে আছে চকলেটি স্বাদ।
6 নম্বর টেবিলে পাঠিয়ে
মোবাইলে সঞ্চয়ের টাকা বাড়তেছে তো নগদে সঞ্চয়ে টাকা বাড়ে সবচেয়ে বেশি হারে নগদ ডাক বিভাগের ডিজিটাল লেনদেন।
ভিশন রেফ্রিজারেটর ফুল ঝুড়ি অফার। নির্দিষ্ট মডেলে ভিশন রেফ্রিজারেটর কিনলেই সাথে পাচ্ছেন ঝুড়ি ভরা উপহার। তাই দেরি না করে আজই কিনুন ভিশন রেফ্রিজারেটর আর লুফে নিন ঝুড়ি ভরা উপহার।
অস্ট্রেলিয়া ও নিউজিল্যান্ড সহ বিশ্বসেরা আধুনিক ফার্মে খাঁটি গরুর খাঁটি দুধ থেকে তৈরি হয় ফ্রেশ ফুল ক্রিম মিল্ক পাউডার।
গরু খাঁটি তো দুধও খাঁটি।
যখন তখন স্পোর্টস 7 দিন মেয়াদে 3 GB এখন মাত্র 108 টাকায়। গ্রামীণ ফোন।
14টিরও বেশি ভিটামিনস ও মিনারেলস সমৃদ্ধ বিশ্বের 1 নম্বর সেলিং মিল্ক পাউডার নিডো পটিগ্রো।
রবি নিয়ে এলো ইচ্ছে ডানা, আছেন এমার্জেন্সি লোকেশন অ্যালার্ট। রবি
সামার এনজয় করো ঠান্ডা চকোলেটি পুষ্টিতে। ডানো ক্যাপ্টেন ক্যালসিয়াম, প্রোটিন, আয়োডিন ও ভিটামিন সমৃদ্ধ পুষ্টিকর দুধের সাথে আছে চকলেটি স্বাদ।
আমার পোলাও সবসময়ই কারণ চাষি সুগন্ধে চিনি গুঁড়া চাল, এটাই বেস্ট। পোলাও বা খিচুড়ি যাই করেন তারিফ আসবেই, যেমন ঝরঝরে, স্বাদেও দারুণ, আর সুগন্ধ। ধন্যবাদ সেসব চাষি ভাইদের যাদের পরিশ্রমে এমন ফসল ফলে, আর আমি পাই প্রিয়জনদের অকৃত্রিম প্রশংসা।
চাষি সুগন্ধি চিনি গুঁড়া চাল।
এই গরমে একটা ঠান্ডা নিউজ দেই। এখন মাইজিপি অ্যাপে নির্দিষ্ট ইন্টারনেট প্যাকে 10% বোনাস। বেশি থাকতে কম নেবেন কেন?
প্রথম বেতন শুধু অর্থ নয়, এনে দেয় সম্মানও।
আজকে সন্ধ্যায় বাবার সাথে পাশের ক্যাফেতে দেখা করব 7টায়। যখন বিল আসবে তখন বাবা না, আমি বিল দিব। আজকে বাবার সাথে এভাবে না।